last one is I'm going to give your username and passwords. Okay, so we have actually these are already open. Okay, for the reading and discovering class. This one is related to your activity last meeting, your oral presentation. That's what you're going to base your answers on. Okay, so here you are required to read the handouts. It's there in module 0. Okay, with the file name handouts final. Okay, so what are you going to do? Okay, you discover the things after reading class. You have to read first so that you would be able to discover your mistakes. But sometimes, if you do not know the right, the supposed, or if you do not know the right things to do, then you may not be able to discover your mistakes. Okay, so you read first and then discover the things that you were not able to apply during the oral presentation last week. And then you have to make a list. So it's just making a list for this activity. Okay, and categorize your answers based on the following: public relations, webinar presentation, business presentation. Okay, so for example, on public relations, there is a part there that talks about credibility. Were you able to do that? If not, then you add that to the list. I did not show credibility in my presentation, something like that. Okay. And any question about this?
Ma'am, you don't, there is no need po to put explanation.
No, just make a list.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you just. Sorry, Kia. Okay, who was the one who's asking question again? Ayan, so.
Okay nga po.
Okay, sorry. Okay, Kia, yes, you do not have to make an explanation. Just make a list, okay, of the mistakes
Thank you,
that
ma'am.
you had last meeting. Okay, any more question before we go to the next activity? Okay, this one is only until tomorrow, 11:40 a.m. Okay, because tomorrow you have to focus already on the next activity. Okay, so this one is for today until 11:40 tomorrow. Okay, so be conscious, be aware of the submission date, the due date, so that um, you won't be late again in submitting. Okay, and then class, I sent you a message, okay, especially to those who were not able to present. Okay, you have to present first through recording because we don't have time anymore. Okay, so you record, you read my instruction last time, okay, in our inbox. Okay, you do that first before you could do this one. Okay, but for those who presented, no problem. You go to this activity right away. Okay, and anyway, this one is not a difficult activity. Okay, no more question. No more. Okay, let's go to the next then. Continuation of this activity. The next activity is considered a major presentation. Okay, for this term. Ayan, so okay, we have the self-evaluation informative speaking. The schedule will be November 4 and 11. So after our vacation, okay, from 31 to November. Okay. All right. So you read again the handouts when you prepare for your self-evaluation informative speaking, okay, because this could help you. So what are you going to do here? Okay, number 2, after reading the handouts, okay, you have to think very carefully of the mistakes you have committed, which you will be doing already later. Okay, so all you have to do, since you're going to make the list today, tomorrow, just choose the mistakes that you would like to present to class for your self-evaluation informative speaking. Okay, so you're going to choose 3 mistakes you have committed in relation to public relations, webinar presentation, and business presentation during your oral presentation last week. So one mistake on public relation, one mistake on webinar presentation, and one mistake on business presentation. Okay, so 3 all in all. Okay, number 3, prepare for an informative speech focusing on your evaluation of yourself as a public speaker. Then be guided by the following. Okay, so letter A, your speech must have the 3 parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Okay, so be guided by the following handout again on informative speaking. Please read this one, specifically pages 7 to 17, because on these pages, the 3 parts are explained. Okay, and there are also examples that you could follow, strategies that you could follow when you like to introduce, when you will be presenting the introduction of your speech. Okay, so you go to these pages. Letter B, the content of your speech must revolve around the 3 mistakes and the things you should have done as pointed in your handouts. Okay, so for the first mistake on public relations, you give also a way to improve it. Then you go to the other mistake on webinar presentation and give the improvement. And then the mistake on business presentation and then the way to improve it. Okay, so that's it. Now, regarding the organization, it's up to you. Okay, how you would organize, okay, the presentation. Okay, and as long as it is well organized. So you go to this handout to learn more about organizing the body of your speech. Okay, this is just a short speech class, speech presentation. The duration is 3 to 5 minutes only. Okay, and you may glance at your cue card but do not read the entire speech, because it could be a visual views when you are reading something on the screen. Okay, we could still figure that out if you are reading or not. Okay, and then speak in the English language. The last time there were people who were speaking in Tagalog. Okay, this time I won't allow it. Okay, so you have, since this one is an English subject, then you have to do your best to speak in the English language the entire presentation. Okay, now I divided the class into 2 groups. Okay, but of course it's still individual presentation. It's just the scheduling thing. So let's have the Fridays again for the presentation. Okay, so for November 4, from Abiliera to Kayad, Danica. And then for November 11, Kotoken to Ziram. Okay? Ayan. Any question before I move on to the e-learning? Question, class? Okay, so I repeat, you have to be sure you're done with the oral presentation. Okay? The presentation, the sharing of your business plan last time. Okay? You have to be sure you're done with that. Then you go to the reading and discovering. Okay? Then list all the mistakes based on the 3 categories. Okay? And then for this activity on self-evaluation, informative speaking, choose 3 only. 1 on public relation, 1 on webinar presentation, and 1 on business presentation. And of course, you go back to the handout so that you would know how to improve these mistakes. And then try to organize your whole speech, okay, for your presentation on November 4 and 11. Okay? Any question? Okay, if you would like to make use of PowerPoint, it's up to you. You are given 3 to 5 minutes. If you still could fulfill that duration, even with the use of your PowerPoint, then it's okay. But it's not a requirement. You may or may not use PowerPoint. Okay? No more question? No question? Really? Okay, let's go to Mojo. Are you still with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Don't be confused with this one. e-learning final answering of activities. After November 11th class, you still have 2 meetings left. Okay? Actually, you have uh, November 5, you have November 12, and you have November 18. Okay, to answer your e-learning. But you could actually answer your e-learning activities anytime you want. Okay, from after this class, after I give your username and password. So you could start with the e-learning later on until those times. So that's the reason why I placed here e-learning final answering of activities. This is where I'm going to place your score for your e-learning. Okay? Yeah. So for your e-learning class, let's go to the syllabus. Okay, your e-learning is considered as one that reinforce your learning. Okay, have you read my message a while back when I sent you where I sent the guideline, e-learning guidelines? Okay, did you see that already?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Kenaz. I sent that already. I also have a message there. Sorry for the mistake there. It's not late, later supposed to be. Okay, so you are also given already the way we're going to grade the e-learning, right? Okay, so you have to listen to the e-learning guidelines because everything that you need to know is there. Okay, except this, of course. So because this is my decision, okay, not tech share, but my own decision. Okay, so this one will be considered as your CS, which is equivalent to 50 points. Okay, it's there in your inbox class. I'm just repeating. Okay, 50 points for 5 points, 5 activities. By the way, wait. CS for 50 points, you have to complete 5 activities. There are many activities there, class, but I'm only asking you to accomplish 5 activities because of the challenges, class. Okay, so since I also considered your difficulty, please do your best also to fight those difficulties, right? Okay, you make some effort also. Okay, uh, for 40 points, for 30 points, and I will not give trailing score. So for 1 and 2 activities, I will still give the exact passing score. Okay, which is 25 points. So that's it, class. Yeah. So 5 points only, but you may finish everything if you like because it's a reinforcement of learning. You will still learn everything. You will still learn something even without points. Okay, of course, for the other activities, no points. I will be considering the 5. Okay? Yan. So that's for your e-learning. Okay, what else did I not mention about e-learning? So I mentioned already that you may start already after I give the username and password, right? And then you have to be sure you're going to finish the e-learning at least November 27. You should be done already so that it won't be a distraction again for your examination in your other subjects. Okay? Yeah. And any question? Kenaz, would you like to ask question?
Wala po, ma'am.
Wala. Okay. Yeah. So, may I now stop the sharing? So, I could give you now your